Alright guys, here we are. We're just doing a little episode here. We're in Home Depot, and right now we're currently going to be building a compost bin to compost worms and stuff, and we're going to enter waxworms, earthworms, all sorts of stuff, and we'll teach you guys kind of how you guys can do that. But right now we're looking for some wood, and essentially the design we're going to do is we're going to have like a 1x1 foot base of the wood area, and then we're going to have actually four. We're going to essentially make a 1x1 square, and then we're going to add four 1x1s with right triangle clamps, and it's going to be pretty cool. And we'll teach you guys what soils to use, but essentially we're doing this so instead of buying a turtle food, which can get pretty pricey in years, you can actually make your own. You can just dump worms in there and they'll compost food, and you actually do this and you recycle too. So okay, so here we go. We got our lumber cart, and we're gonna go grab the wood. We decided that we're gonna get two 12 by 12 inch woods, and then four 12 by 24s. So we're gonna stack the 12 by 24s on the sides and kind of make a box, and then we're gonna put the worms in the box. So we got our cart back there, and here's the wood we're gonna get. It's right here. So yeah, we're gonna grab that. And this wood is, what is this? It's a combination of things, so termites don't actually get to it, and that's what's useful about it. So if you have like a compost box outside where this one's gonna be, the termites won't want it because there's actually a lot of glue, and it's made up of a lot of different particles as opposed to just being one type of wood where termites can burrow and stuff. So we're gonna use that, and we're gonna get some of those so you guys can see. Okay guys, so we got our wood here. So the way we're gonna lay out the box is essentially we're gonna have this. It's a 12 inch by 48 inch piece. We have four of those, and those are gonna be the walls and the sides. And then you got we have a 1x1, so 12 by 12 inch, and that's gonna be the base and the top. And so we're gonna use, and then we're gonna get a redwood 1x1, and we're gonna use that to seal off the edges for the top of the box, so it has like a hinge and it'll open. And then we'll put it outside on stilts. But all this wood is termite free, so that's definitely something you guys have to consider when you're making a box like this. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. We'd received all our wood, and we were ready to go back and start building. Okay, so we have our first board done, and essentially what you're going to do is you're going to get these two. Well, it's not quite done actually yet, but we've drilled it in. And so essentially what you're going to do when you get the redwood boards is you're going to brace them on the sides like this. It's going to take two people. You won't be able to well, you might be able to accomplish this with one person. It's just going to take a lot more effort, but that's fine. And so we're going to do this. We're going to do this with four more boards, and we'll check with you guys after, but that's what you're going to do for all four. Okay guys, so we're pretty much finished with the box. We're just gonna poke a few air holes for flow, but you guys can see the finished product right here. We'll get you some better views of it, but essentially, yeah, this is it. It's just a pretty big box. We're coining the new term. It's a compost rectangle, not a compost bin. But you don't have to call it that, but you guys can make it. So we got a lid right here, and you can just open this right up. We've attached a handle. That's not mandatory. And then hinges, you don't even need to do that. You could just put the top on it. And then you got the 4 sides, and then when you look inside the box, you just see silicone and the rods coming up. So it's a really cool DIY project that you guys can do. It doesn't take much. Costs about $25, not even like $20 to make. Really inexpensive, not like a tub that some people will get, but yeah, it's homemade. It's really cool. It's fun to build stuff too. Get out there and do stuff. So yeah, this is the finished compost bin, and this concludes today's episode. This is building it. Join part 2 where we actually put the compost and the worms in. And then what you guys can do with your compost bins is you'll end up adding like extra food, decomposable stuff you ate, and you just put it in the top, fill it about halfway with dirt, put it in the top, and the worms will decompose it for you, and then you can take the worms out when you need them for food, and then you can feed it to the turtles. So that's where it all connects. But yeah, watch us come get the worms later on part 2. Part 2 is right there on your screen. Check it out. And yeah, we're just drilling some air holes in there. And yeah, so we'll see you guys in a little on part 2. So make sure to check that out.